Today we are making a semi-homemade recipe that will knock your socks off. Sweet and spicy pickles. The first time I had these pickles, I was immediately addicted. There is something about the sweet and spicy flavors mixed with briny pickles. I'm going to show you how to turn store-bought pickles into something incredible. I'm Christina from It Is a Keeper, and I share tried and true recipes that anyone can make, like these sweet and spicy pickles. You'll see just how easy they are to make. So let's start making them. Okay, these pickles are so super simple, but I've got to start with a little bit of an explanation. They use store-bought dill pickles, but you need to make sure you don't get kosher dills. You just want to get plain old regular dills. And I like this recipe made with the dill chips. I feel like the flavor permeates better than the spears, but it's entirely up to you. Spears would work too. Again though, super important that you don't use the kosher dills. So I have a jar of pickle chips here, dill pickle chips just from the store brand even. So we're going to use those. First thing we need to do is drain off this juice. So I just kind of put my finger in, pour the juice off, and we're going to save it because we're going to need it a little bit later. Doesn't have to be perfect, just most of it. And we'll set that aside. Bring our bowl back in. We're going to transfer those pickles right to our bowl. Get them all out. I just love pickles. I want to dive into this bowl just like this. Okay, so we're going to start by kicking up. We're going to add the fire to our fire and ice here, and that is with some crushed red pepper. So it's just a little bit. Actually it's more than just a little bit, but it's not too much. If you want them even spicier, you can add more, but try it this way first, see how spicy they are, and then decide to add more. Okay, next up, we're continuing on the fire theme. We're going to add some pickled jalapenos. So just a couple of those in there. You can cut them up if you want. I just leave them whole. They're gonna go right in with the pickles and they all work together. Next up, we need some garlic. So here I have some garlic cloves, whole cloves. And what we're going to do is we're going to slice them. We don't want to mince them. We want them sliced because you can actually, after these have sat for a while, they're delicious to just eat with the pickling juice. And when they permeate with all these other flavors, oh, you guys, it's amazing. So I'm just slicing them up, not too thin, but not too thick either. It's a delicate balance. But you definitely want larger pieces. Okay, perfection. Into the bowl they go with everything else, everybody in the pool. Okay, so we have all of our fire ingredients. Now we're going to add the ice, which is the sweeter part of it. And I've also heard these called like I said, fire and ice pickles, sweet and spicy pickles, good and evil pickles. They go by a lot of different names. Whatever you call them, they are fan-freaking-tastic. So we're going to add sugar. Get that in there. And last but not least, we're going to add some of our reserved pickle juice. Now it doesn't require a lot because you'll see after these soak for a little while, it's going to make its own juice. So it's kind of like, you know, like when you macerate strawberries and you put the sugar over them somehow, it pulls out all the natural juices. Same thing happens here. So we're just going to get these completely stirred in. You want that sugar to start dissolving. And everything to get coated and mixed around. All those pickles should be coated. All right, these are looking good. Now, it's easy, but they have to sit in the fridge for about 4 hours. You can let them sit a little longer, let them sit overnight, it's up to you, but at least 4 hours before we can move on. So we're going to cover these, pop them in the fridge, and we'll come back later. Okay, so our pickles here have sat in the fridge for about 4 hours, and you see all this extra juice that comes out. All the sugar has dissolved. I'm just giving them a stir just to make sure that there isn't any bit of sugar there and that everything is thoroughly mixed. All right, so next we can transfer these pickles right back into the jar they came from, or a mason jar, whatever you want to do, but why not reuse the jar they came in? So we're just going to get them all in the jar. Oh, they smell fantastic. I remember the first time I had these, I'm like, the name just sounded interesting. And I saw, like, you could see the ingredients obviously through the jar, like what's in them. And I'm like, I need to try these. I was hooked. First bite, I was hooked. I think I ate half the jar. But I love, because they satisfy that need for something sweet and something salty all in the same bite. But these have that little fiery bit to them. So if they're not fitting, because we did add a couple extra things to our pickles with the garlic and the jalapenos, just pank them down. Like, shove it in there. All right. Chase those last couple pieces around. All right. So we're not wasting this juice. That too, going right in there. There we go. Perfect. Perfect fit. I love when that works. All right, so at this point here, you would put the lid on, store them in the fridge, and enjoy them whenever you want. But I'm going in now. So I want a piece with some garlic, some pepper, a little bit of everything. Okay, yum, yum, yum. Oh, these are zippy. But sweet, crispy. Oh, these are absolutely delicious. They leave that fiery flavor in your mouth, but still there's that sweetness on your palate. You guys, these are the perfect combination of sweet and spicy, fire and ice, good and evil, all that stuff. These sweet and spicy pickles are definitely a keeper. So what do you think? Would you add more crushed red pepper and make them a little spicier? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want another perfect recipe to serve with these pickles, make sure you check out my grandma's Sloppy Joe recipe. It's the perfect combination. Thanks for watching. You can get the full printable recipe in the video description below. I'll see you next time. Bye.